Well, it's Sweet 16 for the Steve Wilkos Show, and for the new season, you can expect to see a few changes, but one thing will remain the same. Steve will continue to raise awareness about social issues such as substance abuse and domestic violence.
So you did everything they asked, and they just said, nah, we're not giving them back.
He ended up staying with his dad.
Did you ever hit your son?
No, never, not one single time.
Never drink it too much?
No.
Lose patience?
Never happened.
You ever see anybody hit your son?
No, never.
You never see a man hit him?
Never.
Never.
Well, never has he ever not gotten to the truth, because he always does. The man is a big deal, but he always makes time for us. Let's fake a live studio audience applause for talk show host, boss man, my bowling buddy, and our forever Pix 11 family member, Steve Wilkos! You can't hear it, but there's like audience applause and stuff.
Well, no, I'm actually finally hearing it again after a couple of years. We have studio audience again.
Exactly, because that's one of the changes.
Yeah, well, and because, you know, the last couple of years we've done the show in a vacuum. Nobody in studio. I make a joke or something, there's 4 cameramen laughing. So we have a great studio audience again, and, you know, and I feed off that, and it's great to do the show. Going back to normal again, that's just a wonderful thing.
And it's good to have them there, because I always tell you, Steve, I don't know how you do it, because the topics you have to tackle, whew.
Yeah.
So with the audience there, at least you have your lighthearted moments in between takes and during the breaks and stuff.
And, you know, and it's just, you can let them react to the horrors of some of the stories, and so you can just kind of stand back and let the audience react. So it does help.
All right, so the audience members returning is one of the changes, but like I said, Steve's a big deal, and when you're a big deal, you do big things. Like, what does I hear about the changes in your studio?
So they built a whole new studio set, which looks just incredible now. And I was making a joke, like the first season we did in Chicago, it was like somebody hung up drapes in somebody's basement and we did the show. And to go from that into this beautiful studio we have now, and they actually redid my green room and everything, so it's kind of nice.
You say green room, we say a 3-bedroom apartment.
No.
Steve, we're going to come measure.
Yeah.
We have a feeling that our entire set
nice.
is your... Yeah, like I said, big deal, big things. And I have to say, I can't even believe 16 seasons.
Yeah, 16. It's a lot of years. And, you know, I've been on TV straight since 1994. So, you know, it's just, the time goes clicking by, and I look at myself and I'm like, man, am I getting old?
No, you're not. You have not aged
a
day.
I wish that was true.
You know, it is true, because I remember for season 3 when you moved to Connecticut, where you guys tape now.
Yeah.
And I remember I met your wife, boss lady, Mrs. Wilkos. I met her that day and everything. And just to think that after, it's been like more than a decade since then.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and the thing was, too, when we moved out here, I thought, well, we'll do the show for a couple of years and I'll get canceled or whatever, and then I'll move back to Chicago. And you know, 13 years, and, you know, it's going to be definitely a couple more.
When you're great, cancels doesn't happen. Sorry. That's not how it works. All right, so thinking about 16 years made me think, how was Steve Wilkos as a 16-year-old? And what did you do to celebrate your 16th birthday?
When I was 16, you know, growing up in Chicago, I wasn't really focused. You know, I was kind of hanging out with a rough group of guys, and my 16th birthday, I have no recollection.
Really?
None. Yeah.
Wait, so would you want to, so as a parent now, would you want to have a 16-year-old Steve as a kid? And could you handle a 16-year-old Steve?
No. And I say that because I have a 17-year-old son who's just amazing, great student, great athlete, really well listens to me.
Yeah.
You know, my parents, it was different back then. You know, my parents worked all the time. We didn't have a lot of supervision, so we were running around, getting in trouble, and I grew up in Chicago, like I said, and there was a lot of things to get in trouble with. But now my kids are really good. They listen, and I don't have any problems. And like I said, they do what they're supposed to. So no, I want to raise my kids. I don't want to raise.
You want to raise Steve Wilkos.
I wouldn't want a 60-year-old Steve in my house.
All right. Okay. So I mentioned earlier also that you're my bowling buddy. I was not joking, because that's the thing you guys do. Your office people, you have like this fun spot where you guys go to hang out. And I know you're also a big golfing person.
Yes.
Like, you love golf. You were supposed to teach me how to golf?
I quit golf as of yesterday, though.
No, you didn't.
We lost our championship match at my club, and now I'm so depressed, and I lost a lot of sleep last night.
Wait, first of all, if you lose a championship, there's redemption. There's something called redemption. Go get your title back.
Yeah, but I can't do it for a whole year.
We'll make it happen. We will make it. So, but what team are you? It's football season. I think it's football, right?
Yeah,
That's what they're doing now. What's your team?
My team is the Chicago Bears, which they're 2-1, but they'll probably only win one more game for the rest of the year.
Really?
But
So-
my son's a Buffalo Bills fan,
Oh.
which they're really great, and so I cheer along with my son. And I really root for the Bills.
All right. So even when your team's out, you still watch though.
Oh, football, yeah. Come
And then
on.
you pick. Do you do those like what's that thing called when
Fantasy.
they? Yeah, fantasy. I was gonna say virtual.
I don't do that. My son does. I did it last year with my nephews and some of my brother-in-laws and stuff, but it's so time-consuming, you know, and like picking players and people get into it. I know people really get into it, but it's not my thing.
So what shows are you into now? Because I want to know.
We're watching Reboot on Hulu.
Ooh.
The Patient with Steve Carell. He's the psychiatrist
Oh,
who's
okay.
trapped in the basement. We watched Mike Tyson.
The Hulu series.
That was really good. So yeah, we've been watching those type of.
Oh, do you watch? Do you like comedies and stuff?
I don't. Like I said, we get reboots of comedy.
Yeah. So do you like?
Yeah.
So
No,
comedy.
I
and then,
got
you get a
it.
mix, and you like streaming.
Yes. Oh, we're watching the Game of Thrones thing, which to me it's so kind of hard to follow. And,
Really?
Yeah, but I do like it.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord of the Rings is out too on Prime Video.
That's not for me.
Not for you?
No.
All right. I'll tell them you said. I'm not going to tell you said. All right, Steve, always good to see you.
Nice to see
You know
too.
this. You know
it's
this.
so great to be back here at PIX.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We love you. We've been
Damn
looking forward to
pandemic.
this. Yeah, I know, right? But it's changed now, and of course, you can watch the Steve Wilkos Show right here on Pix 11 weekdays at noon.